Shipping took forever on this, but I bought one of those lockpick things I've seen advertised because I know a thing or two about picking locks, and this seems to be like a real deal. Like, it might work because it's got the tension rod and the pen pusher in the same device. Like, that's a real deal, son. I don't know, but I made a vlog earlier tonight before I was putting my laundry in, about how the storage ripped me off because I was over there looking for keys to get on the boat and I couldn't find the fucking keys. I am one of the few people that can carry lockpicks because the way the criminal law works about it, you have to have something on your record to be considered thieves' tools for that charge. It's mandatory that you have to have something on your record. I don't have a single shoplifting. I don't have any sort of theft charge in my whole life. The only real robberies I've ever done is like robbing my father, stealing $1,500 in cash when he was kicking me out. That was before I got disowned for being a nigger lover too. This is not like people. I say that to make sure people understand the dynamics. But he was abusive my whole life. And after I was 18, I took one day off school when the hot white girl I was dating dumped me. And the school illegally informed my parents of that because I was an adult and they did not have the right to share that information. And they flipped out on me and wouldn't leave me alone. It was just one day too. And I'm an honor student. I've aced everything all my life. And it just wouldn't get me anywhere. And I was suicidal. I needed a minute to myself. And it was a Wednesday, I believe. I took off. Thursday, we had the fight. Friday, went to school all day. Went to work all night. Came home at 10 p.m. Wanted to go back out to the dance hall for 3 hours and see some quote-unquote friends, some frenemies. And, hang out with the guys, try to get some weed. Fucking have some fun. And they're like, no, you can't go out on Friday night. You're grounded. You took off school Wednesday. I'm like, one, I'm an adult. Two, you should know I took school off Wednesday. I'm an adult. Three, I'm an adult. You can't tell me that I can't leave this house. And he came to beat me. And I turned to flee. He was saying, you can't take my truck. So I was like, well, I can't steal his truck. So I threw him his keys and just walked 5 miles out of the country into the city and fucking went back to, it wasn't 10 o'clock. I got off work early. It was like 8 o'clock. I walked back and got there like 10:30 or 11 because they were just at the end of closing when I got back. And I got a free meal out of Popeye's chicken and I brought a bag. But when I came in from work, we had the fight and I knew what was going to happen. So I went upstairs, 4-story tall house. My room's on the very top floor. I went up there, showered, made a backpack, work clothes, some basic shit, threw it off the porch, went down, had the blowout, went outside, grabbed it, walked all the way back into work at Popeye's, talked to them, told them what was going on. Oh, yeah, if I was going to beat my ass, and I ran off on them, put my clothes with the dumpster, was out of shift later, like the next day or something, and took off to the club. That was the only place where there was any fun. There's no bars, there's no alcohol in Somerset, but music, bitches, drugs, you know how it is. And they were encouraging me to rob my parents. And I did. Like on Saturday morning, I went over there and we have a huge yard. And I went over and was just resting lazily in the bushes and listening for my mother to leave because she goes to see her mother every day. And she was leaving, and as she went up the driveway, I ran and duck and rolled into the garage. And my father doesn't get up till noon. He doesn't sleep at night. He only goes to sleep at dawn because he's worried that the horrible things he's done in his life are going to catch up with him. And then I rounded up a bunch of money. There's petty change, just cash laying around, like $1,500. And $1,500 left after the change thing. I stole a big barrel of change because we have laundry machines in the apartment complexes we owned, and that was just one of the things. They're so lazy with their money, they don't even bother cashing in the quarters for dollars and getting in the bank and earning interest. They don't my father doesn't really believe him, but he's an idiot and he doesn't understand banking, and he keeps cash instead of in the bank earning interest. He doesn't understand that if the bank's fried, cash is worthless too, so you're just burning money left and right. And I was going to take money from him, and I took everything I could there, and I tried to get in the safe. He knew it too. Because I had the combo put in, but not the key. Like, if it had opened, I would have taken it, and I would have gone. I was blackmailing him. I was going to blackmail him with naked picture time. I had copies. And then I went with the church group out of town, and was going to take off, but my friend, quote, frenemy, Brian McGowan, wanted to use my cell phone, and I was about to leave, and I let him use the phone, and he took off and snitched on me, and in the church, the big bouncer-like dude physically forced me on the bus and took me back to Southern Kentucky, where there are no buses. There's no Greyhound in Somerset. You have to go to London, at least. We went all the way to Lexington, but we get to London's where the freeway starts, and I was going to leave for good. And they took everything. Oh, and the big chunk of quarters, I couldn't carry that much, so I gave it to some people. Will, one ended up robbing me, and there was a little blonde-haired friend, and Brian. They just stole it all and lied and said the cops took it. So they ended up taking about $2,000-ish from me. Because they're all dirt poor, live in a trailer, and I have a mansion. So yeah, I robbed my father, but what are you going to do? Put me in front of the jury for that, or blackmail or something? Like, yeah, let's look at that one night. Kidnapping, assault and battery, maybe attempted murder. The dude's a dick. And the thieves' tools. I've never had a theft charge, and I'm not the type to steal from people. I don't shoplift. I'll sit out front and humble myself until I get the money. That's one of the big reasons. About half, probably would have done it anyway, but the reason I blocked Crystal when she fucking hit me up, she went and robbed a store right in front of me. I'm like, you're a fucking female. You all get money so easy for you to steal some chips and beef jerky or whatever it was, for you to steal that and risk jail time and risk everything. You're an idiot. DOA, bye. I had a video with the old dude in the corner today at the bus stop. Gave him $20 too. He had 18 years in jail because a dude like Richard Crowell, the cops for the Arkansas pedophile, raped his kid, and he whacked him, and they put him in jail for 18 years for it. If I'd killed Richard Crowell, Arkansas pedophile, 10 of the 18 years would have already been gone. That's the majority. 8 years is not to laugh at in prison. That's a long time. But it'd be more than half over. And he gave me the same advice. He's like, you should just handle business. Not trying to get you a restraining order and do everything the right way. But the pigs are crooked and faggots don't have rights. So if I'd had a lockpick I could have gotten into the boat. And I'm sure I could because I picked it with the set and the rakes and everything. But I tried like 3 different rakes, and raking a lock is the same thing as picking it. And I want the tactile feedback of picking, and my hands aren't really nimble like that. But this thing's supposed. I'll get it. I'll fuck with the locks when I get home and see if I can do it. And I brought the lock picks out too. I brought them in here too. I'm keeping them in the truck down. I'm gonna keep them in my backpack. And I'll wait for a pig to fuck with me and make a big stink about how dare you fuck with me for having a lockpick. I'm allowed. I'm a law-abiding citizen. Alright. I'm going to turn on TV a little bit. I got a brownie and some more beer. For any of the newbies, the rookies like Joe and Mike McKay I'm watching, these stalkers are sadists that enjoy watching disorder and chaos and torment. They don't care whether it's me or you. When they're finished with me, they'll come for you. The pain's the part. And that's why innocents have to die. To force an investigation and to stop the bullies. You all have a choice. You can have your bullying with dead children, or you can leave me alone and save their lives. You pick.